Good afternoon, traders. In this video I'm going to be going over some of the stocks that reported earnings so far this week. First one we're looking at is Harley-Davidson. The street was looking for a 30-cent loss and they came in with an 18-cent loss. So that caused the stock to jump to a 2.5-year high. The CEO came out and he said that the clients are starting to buy more expensive bikes now, and they've acquired a few companies. I know in my area a few motorcycle shops they also acquired, and that's been boosting revenue. And I live in Daytona Beach, and there's a guy named Bruce Rossmeyer. He recently passed away about a year ago, but there's this place called Destination Daytona. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but he basically created a little town, and it's all based on the Harley-Davidson theme. There's a hotel there, there's a restaurant, they have concerts there. Look it up if you have a chance. And they also said that the used motorcycles are starting to appreciate in value, and they said that the earnings got boosted up because they were doing in-house lending, which were giving customers easier access to credit lending. Stock looks really good. If you guys like this, 37.74 might be a good area to get long. Next stock we're looking at is Teva. Now they don't report till February the 8th, but they're rising due to taking market share from Momenta Pharma and Novartis. And both of them companies, the drug that they're actually over dominating with right now is called Lovenox, and basically what it is a blood thinner. Now my grandfather takes a blood thinner and he takes something called Coumadin, and a lot of other people I know take that as well. If you have blood clots or anything, that's basically what it handles and tries to cure. Now Novartis and Momenta have the generic patents, and then Teva, with the help of marketing, will be able to push this medication. And basically the stocks are rising because buy the rumor, sell the news. Teva's still waiting to see if Lovenox gets approved. If they don't get approved, then you could see the Momenta Pharma company get boosted revenue of about $20 million a month. So that's basically why this stock's dropping right now and Teva's going up. And remember, Teva is a Kramer fave, and he has that in his portfolio. The thing had getting beat up for a while. Now it's finally coming back. It looks pretty good here. If I was going to buy it, it would definitely need to hold above the 54-58 area. Looking at AK Steel right now, symbol AKS, and I currently bought calls of this morning on the back of the earnings report. The street was looking for a 62-cent loss per share, and they came in with 49 cents, so that was a positive note on the revenue side. And another good thing is they're expected to have 1.45 million tons to be shipped in Q1, and that's 7% higher than they had in Q4, so investors like that. And then the final fact is they said that the average per ton will increase by 8% compared to the previous quarter. So basically we need to see AKS get over this 15.55 and hold for us to become more interested, and maybe add to our position for a move back up to the 17.29 level. Next we're looking at Johnson & Johnson. They had more bad news come out today. They said that they plan on recalling over 40 consumer brands off the market over the next year. That's devastating. On top of the couple major recalls they had over the past year, if I was long this stock, I would be selling aggressively. This thing's going down, guys. I see 58 a share in the next 3 months. There's nothing that could revive this thing. They're about to lose so much money on the next quarter earnings. And Eastman Kodak, another prime example. This company has done nothing. Look at the last year. They hit a high of 908, and this is when the fund managers were trying to buy anything because they were underperforming. So they started buying up all the small caps. That's when the Russell had that big run. Now they come out and said they lost money on the quarter because the judge sided with the device makers that had a patent that they got sued against, and they lost. So now the sales continue to slump and the revenue is light. So this is another stock. It's just a dud. I don't like it, and I would steer clear. Next one we're looking at is Verizon, my favorite stock. I am currently long this, full disclosure on it, and I plan on staying long until it gets to 40. The street was looking for 646,000 new subscribers. They beat that. They got 872,000 subscribers. Earnings per share was up 6%, and this year they see 11 million iPhone sales being sold to new and existing customers. Phenomenal quarter, phenomenal words by the CEO, and I have a double buy rating on this stock right now. This little pullback was a gift, and as long as we hold above 34.67, guys, I would keep buying this thing up aggressively. That's what I'm doing personally. I'm not recommending it, but that's what I'm doing. Cisco got a boost today, and they got over that key level that we were anticipating, the gap fill. We held over it. That was a 2096 level. There was a lot of supply, so it's a good thing we see it moving up. And the reason for that was 3M came out today, and they said that they were losing market share to Cisco. So if you guys are still long this and took some profits, it might not be a bad idea to add some more, and there's a good chance we could get back up to the 200-day moving average probably in the next month or two. It's not a very fast moving high beta stock, but if you're not worried about making significant gains and you just want to be in a secure stock that pays a dividend, it wouldn't be a bad idea even if you bought some out of the money calls. Alright, so Coach reported a phenomenal quarter. By 2013, they plan to purchase $1.5 billion in stock, which is great for investors and could spark a rally. After the recent decline, after UBS came out and downgraded all the retail stocks, they've taken a pretty large hit. But maybe that now that Coach is beaten, it could cause things to start reversing. Like Tiffany's and Abercrombie and a few other names that I'll go over later on during the week. They also said by the end of Q2, they plan on having 347 retail stores and 129 factory outlets in North America. Now, Coach CEO also came out and said that there were higher prices and the stuff that it took to create the handbags. But let's just get real for a minute. These bags that they have the people in the sweatshops making cost a total of around $20 to $30 to make, depending on how extravagant they really are. So, and that includes material costs. So they're selling these bags for $300 and they go all the way up to $1,000. I don't see how bad their revenues are really hurt by that, and I really hope they don't start tacking on more prices to the consumer, even though the people that are most likely buying these bags have money. So Kroger said it would eat some of the inflation in order to keep their customers coming in. And I really like that the CEO came out and said that. Here's the chart of Kimberly-Clark right now here that we have on the left. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. Remember, we had this gap down. That's this white line that you see right here. This is our strategy completely. Now, when we did cross below the 200, that's when we got bearish. And, you know, the good thing is we remained in a tight consolidation area. And then once we broke out of this and got back above the 200, that confirmed that institutions were getting back in the stock. And maybe they had news. I'm not speculating anything, but it looks like they had some kind of news that it was going to be a good quarter. And now that they say, because they make good toilet paper, now that they say that, you know, there's going to be 5% price increase on their tissue products and toilet paper, and they're going to pass that on to the customers, maybe the customers will downgrade and get a cheaper, you know, toilet paper. So that could be something to look at for this stock. GLW Corning had an amazing quarter, and that's why you see them shooting to a fresh 52-week high on 4 times the average volume, hitting a high today at 2132. Investors were excited because they were growing in non-LCD markets. That new Gorilla Glass that they've been using in the iPhones and a couple other phones have been really surprising to the company because the sales have been amazing. Now, basically what's going on with the LCD market is they didn't have as much sales as they would like, and the reason for that is, back during the boom, what happened was everyone had the old projection screens, and then they came out with the DLPs and then the LCDs. First the plasma, then the LCD, and that was basically a big growth time. And now that almost everyone does have a LCD, they're not really looking to buy as many. The excitement's already over. So they lost a little bit of market share to that, but it's still a great quarter. Maybe you could look to get long this stock if it holds above 2083. And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is an article that I'm going to put in the description box. There is enough oil to last us 2,000 years in the United States alone. But the elite rulers of the world, there really are a group of people that rule the world, and the top of the pyramid, the Rothschild family, the British monarchy, has more money than anyone else. I'm not going to get too much into that, but if you look on the history of how we got to where we're at, how the central banks got created, how the Federal Reserve was created in 1913, you will realize that there really are a group of people that control everything. And they basically say, why would we give them $16 a barrel oil when we could charge them $107 a barrel? At the same time, we'll devalue their currency and we'll make them get in debt. With this oil alone that we have, we could get out of debt, decrease our deficit substantially, and only charge minimal prices at the gas pumps, maybe 40 to 50 cents a gallon. So I want you guys to read this article, give me your opinion, drop a comment in the box, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.